Alright, it's time to start recording Coffee with Okami again. Gotta make sure I'm ready for this. Okay, hair check, beard check, flannel check. You know, I always wear a hat with my dreads on my head. I think I'm ready. There's one thing I'm missing right now. I don't know what it is. I got it. I got what I'm missing. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. This is what I was missing. Roll the intro. What's going on, Wolfpack? This is your Alpha Knight Okami, and today is the first fall episode of Coffee with Okami, I guess. I haven't been on here in a while, just because I've been having a lot of things go on in my life. I know I say that like every single video, but school has started back for us, and it's my senior year of college. I've been getting my butt kicked by all these papers I have. I've been having like 5 or 6 10-page papers, 5-page papers. It's been nuts, man. I just kind of exaggerated on that 10-page paper thing, but 5-page papers is not an exaggeration. That's what it's actually been. I'm glad that I'm here with you guys today. I'm glad to be able to talk to you guys today, because I've had a couple things on my mind, just things that God has really been putting on my heart, and I just kind of wanted to talk to you guys about it today. So first off, I kind of want to just talk about trust. Trust. That word trust, man, like, everybody struggles with trust. Everybody on this planet struggles with trusting in God or trusting in other people and stuff like that. It can get really crazy at sometimes because you'll think, you know, some people have your back, but they really don't. And just, I don't know, it's just a lot of negativity comes around when you hear the word trust. You're like, The thing is like, you can trust in people, man. You can trust in God, like mainly just trust in God, because people will fail you sometimes, but it's always important just to trust in the Lord, you know. Just like in Proverbs 3, it talks about, you know, trust in the Lord with all your heart, and verse 6 says, do not depend on your own understanding. And a lot of times when it comes to trust and in God, it can get really, you know, confusing. Like maybe God has talked to you about just different stuff in your life that's gonna happen, and the situation doesn't match up with what God says, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's hard for us to trust God. And thing is, when God tells us things, a lot of time it will not happen in our timing. You know, it will not happen in our time, and it'll be, you know, it could be 10, 20 years from now, it can be tomorrow, it can be next year, it can be next week. We don't know. But the fact is that we can't always lean on our own understanding when it comes to trusting in the Lord. It can get very, very confusing if we try to, you know, put ourselves in God's position, and like we're just like, it's my time, and God, like it's got to happen this time, it got to happen right now, and it doesn't work like that. God doesn't work in our time, and He lives in a different time zone. You know, I might botch this really bad, but I can't remember exactly what book of the Bible it is. I know it's in the Old Testament where it talks about for God's one day, it's 1,000 years for us, and for 1,000 years is one day to God. And a lot of the times we don't realize that when God doesn't act when we want Him to act, it's a lot of times that God is working on our behalf. He's getting stuff ready for us. So when that day does come, when that promise that He has promised you does come, then you'll be more prepared for it. Then you'll be more appreciative of it. You know, I know for me, like I said a few videos back, you guys saw my video where I was talking about my whole car accident and losing my job and stuff like that. You know, to be honest, the situation really has not changed too much, but I know God is working on my behalf on the situation. You know, He's doing a lot of things behind the doors that I don't see. And for me, like, I just have to always remember that Proverbs 3:5-6, you know, trust in the Lord with all my heart and do not lean on my own understanding. It's just very important that we always put that into our heart. We write that onto our heart so we can trust and know that God is going to work on your behalf. So I just really wanted to talk about trust today because, you know, that's what I've been really dealing with in my life. And I want you guys to experience, you know, maybe you're going through the same thing that I'm going through, or maybe you're going through a similar situation. Maybe, you know, God has told you, you know, you're going to have this job and this job, or maybe he told you you're going to go out with this person or this person, and it just hasn't happened yet. You know, if God told you something, you know, wait for it. And you got to be patient. Patience is a virtue. Somebody told me that in my life. Patience is a virtue, and it stuck with me my whole life ever since I heard that. And I always remember that whenever a difficult situation is coming up, or whenever you see a promise that God has promised you, like, always remember just to be patient, because it's gonna come to pass regardless. You know, if God says it, if God speaks it, it's gonna happen. It's just that the fact that you gotta have the obedience to be very, very patient and wait on the Lord. Because if you try to act outside of the Lord's time, if you try to act, you know, on your own, it's never gonna go the way God intended it to go for you. So I hope that encouraged you guys today. If you like this video, leave a like, comment below, tell me what you guys think. Guys, I'm back on YouTube finally, and I miss you guys so much, and it's just been crazy. Again, all my social media stuff is in the description below. You can follow me on Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and I also have a Twitch channel. I started streaming. I've been streaming Spider-Man a lot lately, so if you guys want to come by and watch me stream, I'll probably be streaming actually today. But again, go follow me on all my social media outlets. You know, see what I do in my day-to-day life, you know, and like my photos and stuff. I've been doing a lot of photography. I actually been doing the Peter McKinnon grid challenge too. So if you guys want to look on my photography page, you can like the photos, comment, you know, talk to me on there, whatever. But that being said, that's the end of the video. And like I always say, keep God first, Jesus love you, and be blessed. This is your Alpha Knight Okami, and I'm howling out. See you guys later.
Oh.